Hi, Justin David here again. This is going to be a very basic demonstration of cycling through different ISO settings on the A7S just to look at what noise, if any, is introduced into this shadow area behind me. Now you can see I've got a very narrow depth of field at the moment. I should say that I'm shooting on the A7S with the common light adapter and the Canon 50mm f1.4 USM lens. I've got the ISO currently set to 200. The white balance is fixed at 5600 Kelvin. Shutter speed is fixed at the usual 1/2n, where n is the frame rate, so we've got a shutter of a 50th of a second to simulate film motion, 180 degree shutter, blah blah blah. I've exposed this to get middle grey at about 50 IRE, and for that I need the iris to be at f2. So currently I'm at f2, ISO 200, and as you can see, an extremely short depth of field on this full frame body. I'm about 18 inches from the lens, very unflattering image of my head, so apologies for that, but you can see very shallow depth of field. Okay, I'm going out of focus there. If we look at this eye here, probably in focus from about there, and out of focus there and there, so extremely short depth of field, which is obviously what we would expect. So now let's just double the ISO to 400, and we're going to compensate to get the same exposure by closing the iris down one stop, so that's going to be f2.8. Okay, so that's ISO 400, f2.8. Okay, let's now go to ISO 800. And the next f-stop after 2.8 is f4. I'm sure you all know this. And I should say also that I'm shooting in Cine 4 with Color Mode Pro. Okay, I'm not using S-Log2 because obviously S-Log2 we've only got a minimum ISO of 3200, so it wouldn't really be any good for this demonstration. I'm inside, I've got no artificial lighting at all, and it's currently 10 to 8 at the end of May. It's May the 30th, 2016, so it's not a dark room. I've got a couple of windows, but it's no way by any means lit particularly well. Okay. Depth of field, as you can see, is increasing slightly, and again, just interesting to see what noise we're getting behind me here. Okay, let's now go to ISO 1600, and the next f-stop is f5.6. Okay, see how clean that looks. Still looks very clean on my Atomos Ninja blade, but you may beg to differ. Depth of field is increasing slightly. We're in focus from about there to there. It's still not great. I mean, I'm very close to the lens, so even at f5.6 we've still got a very shallow depth of field. Let's now go to ISO 3200, and we'll go to f8, which is the next stop. f8. Nice thing about f8 is we've got reasonable depth of field now. Almost my entire head and ear is in focus. Okay, so that's quite nice. ISO 3200 at f8. Let's now go to ISO 6400, and the next f-stop is f11. Okay, so f11, ISO 6400. Looking at the monitor, that looks reasonably clean still. Head is completely in focus, hopefully. It's not always easy to tell on this Ninja blade if things are precisely in focus, but it looks okay. Now let's go again, so ISO 12800 with f16. f16, excuse me, got itchy eyeball. Okay, again, just looking at my screen. Sorry, just looking closely at my screen there. Still looks clean to me. ISO 12800 f16. Shutter of a 1/50th. Let's go again to 25600 and f22. Okay, so that's as far down, I think. Yes, that's as small an iris I can go to So basically that's as far as I can go at ISO 25600. What I will do now, let's start playing with the shutter speed. Okay, and then hopefully we can go to some more extremes. So if we change the shutter now to 100th of a second, and let's see if we can go to 51/200. Okay, there's no fast movement in this, so it's not really going to affect our motion blur, if you like. So that's now 100th of a second, 51/200 at f/22. Let's now go to a 200th of a second and 102,400. 102,400 at f/22. And I can see there is some noise being introduced. Oh, look at that shutter artifact there. Yes, you can see I've got a faster shutter speed now, but it's not going to affect the exposure. Let's now go to a 400th of a second and ISO 204,800. 204,800 f/22. Let's go to an 800th of a second. This will be the last one. And ISO 409,600. Now I can certainly see there's some noise on there, but that's f/22, 800th of a second shutter, and ISO 409,600. So I hope that was useful. Please subscribe, please comment, say whether you like it or you don't like it. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.